Suga has been excluded, BTS's plans were postponed, BigHit founder opens up, and more BTS news. Suga has been excluded once again. Billboard Korea got into trouble after they put up a picture on Instagram that left out BTS member Suga. This picture was first made by a fan and showed all the BTS members, but the one Billboard Korea posted on December 24th did not include Suga. People who saw the picture were upset because Suga was missing. A lot of people on social media were not happy and said that the Korean media was unfairly leaving out Suga. Even after Billboard Korea took down the picture that people didn't like, many continued to talk and show they were upset on different social media sites. This showed that fans are really worried about how Suga is being treated. BigHit founder opens up about BTS. HYBE's chairman, BangPD, talked about how K-pop, especially BTS, has become popular all over the world. In a video that Asia Society shared on December 23rd, he spoke about his experiences and what he learned from making K-pop known worldwide. BangPD said he never thought he and BTS would become so famous globally. At first, he saw the world, especially the US, as a place far out of reach, filled with people he saw as heroes. He remembered the early days with BTS, thinking that reaching such huge success was almost impossible. About 2.5 years after BTS started, Bang felt a change in how he saw things. He believed that he and BTS could do things in Asia that no one had done before. He really pushed himself and BTS to go after their dreams, which led them to the great place they are in now. He said it feels unreal to see where they've ended up and gave credit to BTS and his efforts for making people around the world appreciate Asian culture more. However, people had different feelings about his words. Fans from other countries were happy that he recognized BTS's role in their success. But some fans from Korea didn't like what he said. In October, at the Asia Game Challenger Awards in New York, BangPD was honored for his work in the industry and won an award. BTS wasn't supposed to become this successful. BangPD also talked about how BTS became really popular all over the world. He never thought he and BTS would become as successful as they have. Bang looked back at the beginning when BTS first started. He remembered a special time, about 2.5 years after BTS began, when he realized they could do something really big in Asia that no one else had done before. This made him work even harder to reach their goals, and now, looking back, he feels like their success is almost like a dream. Bang talked about how BTS has changed how people around the world see and understand Asian culture. Before BTS became famous, only a few people were interested in Asian culture, and they didn't know much about it. But now, thanks to BTS, more people understand and value Asian culture, which helps different cultures get along better. He also mentioned that BTS's music and influence have helped people from different countries work together better and be more creative. He thinks this is very important for peace and making the world a better place. When it comes to making music, Bang said it's very important to keep a good balance between making music that people in Korea like and music that people all over the world can enjoy. He tries to mix different cultural parts in his music to make something special that touches people's hearts, not just a simple mix of two cultures. Jin recruits J-Hope's mother. On December 23rd, Jin and J-Hope from BTS held a live event on Weverse, creating a cozy holiday atmosphere that got their fans really excited. They called this event 2Seok, which is a fun name fans use for them together. During this live show, they talked a lot about Jin's own TV show called Run Jin, which usually only has Jin hosting. But in the upcoming 15th episode, J-Hope will join him for the first time. Jin and J-Hope shared stories about what it was like to film the show and came up with some funny ideas for what they could do in future episodes. Jin, who often does things on the spur of the moment, told a funny story about organizing a big party for when J-Hope came back from military service. He got 15 people to help, and even J-Hope's mom helped to plan a special dinner. Then, Jin brought up a funny idea about making episodes with a kidnapping theme, where they would pretend to kidnap each other and go on adventures to big mountains like Halasan or even Mount Everest. When Jin mentioned Mount Everest, J-Hope playfully said they should be careful with such big ideas. They also joked about what they could call the show if J-Hope were to take over. Jin came up with silly names like Walk Hoseok or Lie Down Hoseok, which made everyone laugh. The live chat was full of fun and laughter, showing how well Jin and J-Hope get along. It made all their fans really look forward to the next episode of Run Jin and whatever other fun things they plan to do together. HYBE is launching a new controversial technology. Next year, HYBE is going to start using a new technology called Face Pass that lets fans walk into concert venues just by scanning their faces, skipping the usual ID and ticket checks. This new system will be used for the first time at a fan event called 42 Club for the new boy band TWS. The goal is to make getting into concerts quicker and easier, and to stop people from scalping tickets by getting rid of the long lines at ID and ticket check booths. HYBE is working with Viva Republica's Toss Finance app and Interpark Triple's ticketing platform on this facial recognition project. They all agreed in August to work together to create solutions for facial recognition. Fans who already have their face data registered with Toss can buy tickets through Interpark without having to sign up again, while new users will need to register their face with Interpark Tickets Face Pass before the event. On the event day, people can just walk through gates with cameras that quickly let them in. If fans prefer the old way, they can still go through a separate line where they show their ID and ticket. However, not everyone is totally happy about this new technology. Some fans are worried about their privacy and the safety of their personal data. They're scared that their facial data might not be secure and could be leaked, like other personal information has been in the past. Fans from other countries are also concerned about having to give their personal details to a company from another country. They're worried that even though using FacePass is optional now, it might become mandatory later on. There have also been some problems before with strict ID checks at concerts, which made things difficult for fans. For example, in April, a fan of the K-pop star IU couldn't get into a concert, which caused a big argument about whether these security checks were fair. Despite these worries, the COO of HYBE talked about how FacePass makes getting into concerts much easier and improves the whole experience for fans. HYBE is planning to bring this technology to fans all around the world, hoping to make attending concerts a lot more fun and less of a hassle for everyone. J-Hope exposes the military life. Recently, BTS J-Hope talked about his time in the military in an interview with Weverse magazine after he came back home in October. He shared a lot about the tough and emotional challenges he faced from April 2023 to October 2024 while he was serving. J-Hope thought a lot about how this time helped him grow up and learn more about himself. He said that being in the military was a very important time in his life. It was hard to get used to life there, but he saw it as a chance to become more mature and understand himself better. This experience was really important for his personal growth. While he was in the military, J-Hope talked a lot with other soldiers, which helped him learn more about himself and how he has changed over time. When he first got out of the military, he felt like he had grown up a lot. But even though he felt different, he also felt like he was getting back to being the J-Hope everyone knows, while still keeping all the important things he learned. J-Hope also talked about how everyone in the military had to follow strict rules about who was in charge, which meant he had to respect people by their rank, even if they were younger than him. He said it's important to respect everyone and know your boundaries, just like he does with his BTS bandmates. By doing this, he made sure he left a good impression on the other soldiers, making things more comfortable and respectful for everyone. All in all, J-Hope's time in the military really tested how tough and flexible he could be. But it also made his life richer, giving him memories and lessons that he'll keep with him forever. V is back in the military. On Christmas Day, BTS V watched an episode of Salon Drip from his room in the military. He even shared a story on Instagram that showed a part of the show with Park Hyo-shin. During this episode, Park talked about a new song called Winter Ahead that he made with V, which came out on November 29th. The host of the show gave Park a big cardboard cutout of V, and this cutout appeared in the Instagram story too, along with Park and the host. When V's fans saw that he was watching the show from the military place during Christmas, they were really surprised and started talking about it online. Some were really proud of how hard he was working in the military and hoped he was having a nice holiday too. One fan called him Captain V and really admired how tough he was being. This fan also hoped that V could be free to spend his birthday on December 30th with his family and friends. Another fan wished him a good Christmas, even though he was still in the military place. Some fans were sad and confused why he wasn't with his family for Christmas, and they showed a lot of different feelings and support for him. People also talked about whether V might get to visit his family on his birthday, with some being upset about him having to be in the military during this time and hoping he could come home soon. Fans also noticed that V was still active on social media, liking and commenting on posts related to his music work, like a cover of Winter Ahead by Matt Maltese. This shows that even though he's in the military, he's still really involved with his music. Overall, V's Instagram story and what he watched on Christmas made his fans feel a lot of love for him. They really care about him and hope he's doing well while he's serving in the military. NewJeans disrespects ADOR. The K-pop group NewJeans recently appeared on CBS's Kim Hyun-jung's news show without getting permission from their management company, ADOR. A South Korean news outlet, News One, reported that ADOR didn't know about the group's plan to be on the show and that the members had arranged this all by themselves without talking to the agency first. During the show, which also announced a Christmas mini-concert by NewJeans, the host Kim Hyun-jung introduced each of the group members by their first names instead of just saying NewJeans. This different way of introducing them caught the attention of the people watching. This appearance was the first time NewJeans was on a local TV broadcast since they announced in November that they were ending their contract with ADOR. The group mentioned they didn't trust ADOR or its parent company, HYBE, anymore because of some unresolved problems. They said this decision would start at midnight on November 29th, as reported by Herald Pop. After splitting from ADOR, NewJeans began handling their activities themselves, which included starting new social media accounts and working on their own projects. However, on December 3rd, ADOR took legal steps to confirm that the original contract with NewJeans was still valid. They argued that just because the group decided to leave, it didn't mean the contract was automatically over. ADOR also expressed worries about the possible legal issues that could come from NewJeans' actions on their own. They advised the group to keep using the official communication ways to prevent any misunderstandings. They especially mentioned that NewJeans should keep using the established social media accounts, not new ones like the Instagram account that was made without ADOR's permission. This situation shows there is ongoing disagreement and conflict between NewJeans and their management, dealing with the rights of the group and the control of their management. Why J-Hope left for LA. On December 24th, Weverse featured BTS's J-Hope in their newest issue of Weverse magazine. The interview was released right after a little preview the day before. It talked about a bunch of things like J-Hope's time in the military, his thoughts on his bandmate Jin's first solo album, his experience performing at Lollapalooza Chicago in 2022, and more. J-Hope told the magazine about his trip to Los Angeles, which he took right after he left the military on October 17th. He picked LA because it's a big place for music, and he really likes the chill vibe of California. He said, "I like all places in the States, but California is special. It has sunshine and a laid-back feel, and a lot of important people in the music world live there." His trip was mainly about his music career, using his stage name J-Hope, so going to LA was really important. He also talked about how hard it was to get used to the way things are in America after being in the military. It was a bit tough at the beginning, but J-Hope found that making friends and speaking English made him feel more at home. At first, it was hard to adjust, but meeting people and doing things I've always wanted to try helped me feel like I really fit in, he shared. J-Hope also talked highly of his bandmate, especially about Jin's first solo album called Happy that came out on November 15th. He really liked how hard Jin worked and how clear his music ideas were, now that he could make music on his own. It's really cool to see Jin making his own music. It's inspiring to see him express himself in his own way, J-Hope said. Lastly, J-Hope was happy about his other bandmates working on their own music too. He thinks music is a great way to show who you are. He seemed really excited about the different music paths each of the members was taking, and he loves seeing how hard they work and how creative they are. How HYBE protects BTS. HYBE recently shared an update on the legal steps they are taking to protect their artists from mean and harmful behavior online. They talked about this on December 27th, using social media accounts of various artists they work with. The company stated they are very serious about stopping anyone who tries to hurt their artists by saying untrue things, attacking them personally, harassing them, or being mean and critical online. HYBE mentioned that they have already made some people pay fines for doing these things. They talked about one person who didn't stop being mean, even after being punished before, and ended up having to pay a $3,000 fine because they kept doing it. HYBE is also working on some big legal battles, including one against Taldik Camp, and others that involve private information about their artists being shared without permission or people stalking them. They are determined to make sure everyone breaking the rules gets in trouble. This past few months, HYBE has been really busy collecting proof. They find this stuff through what fans tell them and by watching these sites themselves. Then they take this proof to the authorities to help stop the bad behavior. HYBE is paying extra attention to protecting members of BTS who are currently doing their military service in South Korea. They are making sure that no mean comments or posts about these members go unpunished. HYBE is very strict about this and doesn't let anyone off easy if they find out they've done something wrong. At the end of the update, HYBE thanked all the fans for their support and promised to keep working hard to keep their artists safe and happy. BTS's plans were postponed. BTS and their management company, BigHit Music, have recently expressed their deep sadness over the sad event involving Jeju Air. On December 30th, BigHit Music shared a message on social media, sending their deepest sympathies to everyone touched by the tragic event. Because of this, the company decided to postpone some planned content for BTS. They specifically delayed the release of Run Jin Episode 16, a show that features BTS member Jin, which was supposed to come out this week. Due to the general feeling of sadness, several groups in the entertainment industry have chosen to postpone or cancel big events like movie premieres, end-of-year award shows, and new music releases to show respect.